All right. So, yeah, starting a new stream. So, in the previous one, we were playing through the Mother of Us All achievement. Actually, in the last stream, somebody informed me that turns out the character-based achievements, so achievements that have something to do with, like, start as this character. In that case, we were doing the one where you start as this lady over here, and you have to conquer all of Africa to then convert it to get the achievement. We're just going to put a pause on that because the achievement's broken, and that sort of took the wind out of that one a little bit. But instead, we're not going to do an achievement thing, which actually is good because it means we can use a couple of mods here. So one is just the UI one that I've seen a couple of people use, where if you get some more information over here in the outliner, which is going to be really handy. Because yeah, I mean generally I like the approach they've taken with CK3, where they've simplified the interface a bit, but I do miss the sort of super detailed outliner where you can basically see everything you need to see just in this little box. It seems like they've tried to put more of that information on the map itself, but I don't know if I feel like maybe somebody's demonized the outliner a little bit more than is appropriate. Like, I think just having text and icon based information over there, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's totally fine. It is a strategy game, right? So yeah, sometimes you just want that information in fancy spreadsheet style, right? And that's just the way it is. Okay, so who are we playing as? So, like I said, last game's Africa. I also have done, I didn't stream it, but I've done a pretty big campaign in India. One thing I haven't tried is playing as any of these steppe nomads. And I think for me at least, one of the more interesting ones is those that fall in the Mongol culture groups, these blue cultures over here. Because you actually have the decision, which hopefully works. It doesn't show up quite yet, but a decision to form the Mongol Empire. So I think that'd be sort of a interesting first target to work towards as far as sort of a hard objective. I think other things I have in mind are to sort of play. So far I've been playing mostly by building up vertically, but thinking that instead we can roll with sort of doing a more organic tribal thing where we just sort of burst out, conquer a bunch of things, and then like let the dice fall as they may when it comes to inheritance. So we could be looking at sort of the achievement where you have a bunch of kingdoms or something like that. I think that could be cool. So yeah, I picked this Kotera starting location, so it's kind of fun. We're in like the extreme top right or extreme northeast of the map. We'll kind of see where we go from there. So yeah, we start out with this guy. He's got decent Diplo, decent Martial for a starting character, terrible stewardship, which looks like it's going to be an immediate problem because yeah, we're under a domain limit. So probably first thing to decide on is a wife. So we definitely need somebody who's going to help us boost that stewardship skill. We only really need 1 point. Everything beyond that is bonus. I think it's unlikely we're going to find a wife who's got such high stewardship that's going to knock us to 10, which would be the next which would 10 would give us the next increase to that domain limit. So let's go ahead and see who's available here at the start. Might as well see filter by inheritable traits. It's never too early to get started with those eugenics, right? That's what Mama always said. So who we got? We got Dan, Jaya. These names are gonna kill me. With the level 1 intelligence trait. Got some prowess. I think we got a choice here. Do we go for potential with the prowess, or do we go with the intelligence? We already have our first son, so these traits are actually not going to get inherited by him. So maybe, actually that's not our highest priority. Maybe our highest priority is just getting the sum of all skills, just to give us the best boosts across the board. Yeah, I think that may be how we go. Alright, so let's we want somebody high martial, high stewardship. And I think ideally for our first wife, we want somebody who's relatively old, because we don't want to have, like I said, we're going to try to play this organically, not try to game it too much, but we don't want to have an explosive number of children. And I think with the concubines over 45, I don't think affect the under concubine limit stat, because effectively that mechanic is just trying to force you to have more children. And if they can't have children, I think that boost starts going away. Alright, so let's make our selection here. I keep getting drawn to this 11-14. Let's check her out. Greedy, ambitious, stubborn. A level 2. Intrigue character. That seems fine. Biorte. Chance of children low. Sounds about right. We'll lose 100 prestige. But I think there's a filter for prestige. Okay, so there are some places where you get prestige. They're all children though. And we need I think we need the marital boost now. So yeah, I think Biorte is gonna be the way to go. Yeah, let's not try to overthink it. We love her. This marriage is for love. Alright, so that's one decision out of the way. Got a kid. We can go ahead and maybe look at the inheritable traits for him, and then make that decision of do we go prowess and health boost, or do we go for the candles? It's interesting it's not showing the children. Oh, maybe just none of them have traits, or have the inheritable traits. See, this guy's only 9, so I don't know. I feel like these people are all too old. But let's maybe check out what our default court looks like. I think, yeah, so our religion is male-dominated, so we can't do the thing where we use the court to sort of pull in knights and good counselors. I guess we can if we do matrilineal marriages with our female court. But yeah, it's court, adult, marital status, unmarried. Let's see who we got going on here. Because it would be nice to pull some of these good traits into the realm. Especially if they're going to be far too old for us to do anything with. Also it may start breeding up some people that could eventually become concubines. Just gonna pull this lady in. Sounds good. So that was Bayan. Let's go with Bad Mazap. Sounds like a rapper name. To me. Maybe not to everyone, but to me. Yeah, interesting that this list is... I really don't know how the game decides what to put in this list. Feels a little rando. Feels a little random. But I think that's gonna be okay. So yeah, we got at least one person in the court with an inheritable trait. So we're not endorsed by our shaman. We have negative piety going on, which is going to cause us problems because we're going to want to immediately start declaring wars against our neighbors, which, because they're of the same religion, is going to cost piety, whatever, however you want to say it. Yeah, so let's let a few ticks go, get those first couple marriages to resolve. Perfect. So we got our new wife, Bjorte. That has pushed our stewardship to 6, which will get our domain limit lined up, which would be good. Pick some concubines. So I think under concubine limit, let's just grab this lady, Saran wrap. Let's wrap ourselves in Saran. And then, how does that affect that? Okay. So we only need one concubine to get rid of the penalty. I think do more concubines, increase prestige. Not sure. I'd like to, oh gosh, look at the name of this place. Chulo Nobu. That's good. I like it. These names aren't as hard to pronounce as some of the other regions. I think in India, it's just like, I can't even begin to, I'm just gonna embarrass myself trying to pronounce things in India. Okay, so we got wifey. That's ticked us up to a martial, which is I think where we're focusing. Domain limit should resolve itself. As far as the initial lifestyle tree, got a couple options. We could either go for something that gives us some more piety, because I don't love the fact that this is so low. I heard you were just talking shit about Nickelback. If that's a joke, either you're telling a joke that I understand, or you may have the wrong person. But, no, I would never speak ill of Nickelback. I mean, it takes a very intelligent person to somehow find a way to sell the same song to people for 10 years. So, I have mixed feelings about them as an artist, but I respect them as a as a business person. Look at this photograph. So I guess, yeah, self-fulfilling prophecy. Because you asked if I was talking shit about Nickelback, now all of a sudden I am. Alright, back to the Mongols. Gonna wait to figure out what to do with the sun. Yeah, we need to pick the lifestyle. So how about this? We'll do martial. And the first trait is gonna be the one that gives us a saving on the Casus Belli cost, CP cost. So we're still gonna have problems with piety. So I'm not piety is like a weird resource. I feel like there's buildings that give you more of it. But as sort of a tribal person, it's not immediately obvious to me how we're gonna sort of accumulate it. So yeah, which flavor of martial do we want? Don't have all the effects memorized, but yeah, martial is gotta boost our levy size, reinforcement rate, and increase its advantage. So I think we probably just go for the simple martial boost, aka strategy. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so not endorsed by our shaman. Do we have a better shaman? Why don't you like us? Just random stuff. So since she's not a fan anyway, let's just go ahead and immediately replace her with Zimba, who's got a better learning skill. Probably means we're gonna get more piety out of that. Alright, so we're up to plus 0.2. Hates us just as much as the last lady. Probably go ahead and do a sway on her. I'm a little concerned about the Spy Master, but it's the very start of the game, so I can't imagine there's that many people that are... I don't know why anybody would be trying to kill me this early. Alright, so that was the courtier marriage. So yeah, let's immediately start looking at wars. So right now, we've got this guy, who's the count, who's got, looks like 3 titles as a neighbor, and then a duke down here with 4 counties. Looks like he's above his domain limit, so it's probably going to split off 1 count. But I think our first target is going to be Chuya over here. So, let's see, how do we get an advantage over him? Why is this 0? Seems like that shouldn't be 0. Oh, okay. Apparently, the game is still loading itself, so let's let that finish up. Looks like it's about on par with the other 2. Yeah, this mod that puts the actual values here is so nice. Makes me sad that you can't do achievements with mods, but the outliner is like 10,000 times more valuable. You can create the duchy. Alright, we'll have to do that eventually. And then a guardian for Namzil over here. So I'll just do that myself, so we don't end up with any sort of awkward traits that get annoying when it comes to stress levels. Okay, so now we're up to 1081, 787. Maybe what we'll do is toss down some initial men-at-arms. So we're tribal, so these are just going to cost prestige, which is good. So let's do that. I like this button doesn't work unless you like really press it. Yeah, let's just go with 1 footman, 1 bowman, and 1 horseman. It's gonna put us out negative prestige, but we should be able to make that up. Yeah, let's let that tick. Sort of reinforce those guys. And I think once that hits its limit, we'll go ahead and check out going to war with Chuya over here as our sort of initial, our first strike, our opening volley or opening salvo. I forget what the term is. Okay, we're on speed 4. Okay, Chiefess is pregnant. Some raiders coming for us. It's like 1180. So I think we can counter, so maybe we go ahead and do raiders get a combat penalty? Armies can be raised as raiders from rally points. Doesn't say anything about a combat penalty. Let's go ahead and just raise normal though. 2 days, okay. And then engage over here. So I've got a better commander. Apparently this ruler is pretty decent when it comes to leading troops. I feel like we're pretty decent too. Let's see how this goes. Saran wrap. Sheev is not long for this world. So maybe we'll pick up this random courtier. Looks like this is the woman we fired. She does dislike us. We'll just go with... No, Spymaster's got the bad trait. Or we could do the shaman. Alright, there's our battle. Yeah, it's looking okay. So we are getting 10 in favor. Defending in hills. Maybe it's because it's our territory. Unreformed pagan, that should cancel itself out. Martial skill, battle roll, hitting all soldiers. Okay. Yeah, part of the other thing I want to do with this is sort of learn more about the specific mechanics of the battles. I think that's sort of my secondary goal. Alright, so raid loot, we got picked up a nice 15 gold there, which is great. Let's move these guys back so we can actually disband them. Looks like it's still too close somehow. I don't know what the range is, but this guy... Still too close? Really? Actually, so when you have your armies raised, what's the penalty? Gold. Okay. Guess we could start raiding with these guys. Maybe we just go and smack this before we declare the actual war against them. Soften them up. So I think that'll pop. It'll knock 10 control off his county, which I think will mean he'll lose 10% of his troops. Alright, got a new son, Osor. Let's name him after me, yep. Go ahead and write this down. Dunzos. So yeah, let's put this at 90 control. Okay, so it knocks his taxes by 10%, but levies are only down by 5. Which puts this guy at 862. Could, I assume he holds everything here directly. Yeah. So we could go ahead and raid these guys too. Just get them minus 5% across the board before we actually go to war. Loot is 3, loot is 3. So with the tribes it seems like the loot, and if somebody, doesn't have to be the top leash, but if anybody controls the capital, seems like you get 15. And then basically any secondary holding is going to end up with 3. But this guy probably has a vassal down here. Yeah, and since this is technically a capital at some level, it's 15. So move on back. Got our 15 gold, 15 prestige. We can go ahead and probably just disband this. So I think before we start getting alliances and stuff happen, let's just check out the war situation. So we can conquer a county. They're all his counties, so it's about equal on that front. Okay, so this one's part of this home duchy, so we'll probably prioritize that way. Conquer County, targeting Chuya. He's inferior. Everything here looks pretty standard. It's going to spend up all of our piety, because we don't have that perk to cut the cost in half yet. But I think that's going to be okay. We're not going to be able to hold this, but yeah, let's just go for it. Go ahead and move the rally point, raise everybody, and go straight for the engagement. There we go. Yeah, lost a knight. I think there's nothing that can be done as the game saying, hey, you should probably hire a court physician. To which I say, fair point. Sort, filter by court, sort by learning. Dan Jaya, because I think she's not our wife. Throw her as the court physician. It's going to cost a quick 10 gold. That'll be a-okay. Victory! Got 112 prestige. Beautiful. So just siege this down. Looks like the battle gave us 20% war score. Looks like we got the shaman on our side. Maybe let's focus our efforts on the spy master. Again, not too worried because I can't imagine anybody's got a claim on our stuff at this point. Besides like our own kids, you know. There shouldn't be any scheme shenanigans going on. Okay, there's the capital. We'll mosey on down here. Maybe do another engagement with this army. Camp dispute. After my army sets up camp, I hear commotion coming from my bagateurs' lodgings. Bagateurs are the knights in this culture. So these two are fighting. It's Chancellor, Steward. Small realm, so a lot of people have lots of jobs. So 2 and 3 chance that we get the 150 prestige, 100 martial experience, and they both like me more. Grab some dread. They both get hurt. Let's do this. Okay, it didn't work. So there's a very good chance I'm just gonna get hurt if I start fighting. Or I can just be like, what a mess. This is crazy. Let's see, what do we want to do? I emerge as the sole victor. Yeah, having a secession right now is not ideal. We'll just take the prestige hit, I guess. It's too bad, but such is life.